ahead and introduce myself first, actually. I'm Galaxic, and I'll be the commentator today. And racing with us today, we have Yisk and BernardJBear. Okay, it looks like they're starting. So at the beginning, we're pretty much just going to be going through the game like normal. Like, even how you would do it in the neutral category, you just kind of mash through all the text and go forward as quickly as possible. As you might notice, you want to try to mash the text away as quickly as possible. As you can see, Bernard managed to mash a bit faster than Yisk here, so he's like a second ahead after that mashing. So you can definitely save and lose a lot of time to mashing overall in the game. A lot of runners use a strategy called piano mashing, where you basically press Z, X, Enter, and Shift like over and over again in a fast manner, pretty much. Mashing doesn't matter as much in Geno as it does in neutral, so it's a bit less important, but it can still save you quite some time. Here, to get through the dummy, they're just gonna act and talk to it, because that's the fastest option. So here, we're gonna kill the first frogget. It actually doesn't add to our kill counter, but it does take us directly to level 2, which makes killing enemies in ruins a lot faster. So in ruins, we basically have to kill 20 monsters, and we're gonna kill all of them in the first half of the ruins because it's way faster than in the second half. And all the monsters like die in either 1 or 2 hits. This is like the hardest room in the game, obviously, and Bernard is opting to go for the swag walk, where you basically just like unclick out of the game, which can make you walk like that. It's pretty funny. So here we're gonna be able to start grinding out encounters, and we're going to be grinding encounters here until we get to 13 kills, which is how we have routed it. And there's 2 types of encounters you can get. There's the Frogget and Whimsons. Froggets take 2 turns to kill, and Whimsons take 1 turn to kill. So we want to get as many Whimsons as possible. As you can see now, Yisk is taking a slight lead due to getting a Whimson, but I'm not going to like switch audio that often because it would be really annoying. I'm gonna do it like after the 13 kills grind and see whoever is ahead there. Oh, so Yisk has gotten 4 Whimsons in a row, and Bernard is coming behind a little bit because of he's falling behind a little bit because of a few more Froggets. Oh my goodness, Yisk has gotten like 6 Whimsons at this point. One thing that's also worth mentioning is if you get a Frogget, there's a thing called a frog skip, where you get a certain frog attack and you run into it, which makes the turn end quickly. And like you see, Bernard just got it. And what that does is, well, it's slightly faster than having to wait out the attack like Yisk just had to do. So basically, you want to get as many Whimsons as possible, and if you don't, you want to get a frog skip. And I'm pretty sure the runners are starting to get somewhat close to getting 13. Once we've gotten 11, we're going to walk to the right side of the next room. So we'll be close to the next room entrance, and then in the room after that, we're gonna get our 13th kill. I believe Yisk is going for kill 11 now. So if I've counted correctly, Yisk should be going, yeah, he's going to the other side of the room. And so is, no, okay, Bernard still has another encounter because Yisk has gotten better RNG, so he is 1 encounter ahead. but it's not a huge deal. There's a lot worse RNG coming up in Ruins. Alright, so Yisk is grinding for his last encounter now. Well, we need 20 in total, but for this area, we're sticking with 13. Yisk has gotten pretty good RNG so far, getting a very good first half Ruins, if I would say so myself. But yeah, as you can see, they're still very close together. Now in this room, we're going to be grinding our last few encounters to get up to 20. And there's a few types of encounters you can get. There's a triple mold small, which you just got. Bernard just got a single mold, which is the worst encounter you can get. And because, well, it takes time to grind out the encounters, so in cases like this one, you want to get as many encounters as possible. The optimal encounters is getting triple molds, then 2 Whimsun Froggets, because 3 plus 2 plus 2 equals 7, and we need 7 more kills to get up to 20. So optimally, you finish off this Ruins grind in 3 encounters. And if you don't, you lose quite some time, unfortunately. And this is why, like, Ruins RNG can be really harsh. And there's Bernard getting the Frogget Whimsun. I didn't see what encounter he got after the first single mold, so I'm not sure exactly how many is that. Okay, so now Yisk got another triple molds, which is going to put him at... It's gonna put him at 19 kills, which it takes really long to grind out the last encounter. So an optimal thing for Yisk to do now would be to... After killing this second mold, he would flee and then grind out another encounter. Let's see if he does that, or if he's actually going to grind at 19 kills. Because I know that I didn't know that it's faster to grind at 18 and flee. Okay, he does know. So yes, just has to pray that he does not get a single null now, because that would really screw him over. Then he would have to flee and try again for another encounter. Let's see what he gets. Okay, so he got the fastest double encounter, which is the Frog Whimsun. The reason it's the fastest is because Whimsun dies in 1 hit, and Frogget, you can get a frog skip on. You can actually get 2 frog skips if you kill Whimsun first. And Yisk has gotten some really good Ruins RNG here, and he's coming out ahead. And Bernard just got triple molds. I believe he should be at 20 after this. I haven't counted exactly, but I'm fairly sure he'll be at 20 after these mold smalls. So now we get nobody came messages, implying that we have killed everyone. And we get like 1 encounter in each room, but we still have to go through them normally. It takes a bit of a while. Oh yeah, as you might have noticed, Napstablook disappears. Like, that's one other reason that you want to get 20 kills in the first half. So you don't have to fight Napstablook, because that takes time. So now we're going to be entering home. There's not much to say here, other than we're mostly going to be trying to mash the tutorial's text as fast as possible, and then murder her. You want to mash through her text and like get to the 4th dialogue option as soon as possible. You choose that, and yeah, then you can run down here, downstairs. So here, no matter what kind of hit you do, 12 dice in one hit. So you just kind of smash the Z and enter. And now Bernard is making his way to the basement of the ruins as well. And yisk is coming out of ruins a bit ahead. Bernard, unfortunately, was not very lucky in ruins. But yisk is gonna finish off with a, let's see, 1038 ruins, which is definitely acceptable. Especially for a race, it's pretty good. I don't remember what the best ruins time of this tournament was so far, but I think it was like 1020 something. And there we had the funny flowery voice clip that everyone loves. Let's see, Bernard is getting a 11-16, so yisk is about 40 seconds ahead right now, which just shows how much ruins can screw you over in this run. And now we meet someone. Who is this? I don't know. Like, this guy seems pretty unfamiliar. Oh, it's me, Gunner from Smash Bros. That makes sense. So normally you would go behind the lamp here, but since in Geno our character like doesn't care, you just kind of stand there. And Pyrus is just like, yeah, that's cool. How we found humans, because apparently they don't recognize you as human. So here, yes, got the tough glove, and then grinded out an encounter in this room, which will always be a snowdrake. Again, here, Sans and Papyrus apparently don't recognize you as a human. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't feel like killing like 20 people would be enough to make you not look like a human anymore. But that might just be me. So here's Doggo. And so it's actually faster to run into his sword here, because it makes it turn progress faster, and yeah, it saves a small amount of time to kill him faster. One thing to note is that those dog encounters, like Doggo right there, doesn't increase your kill count for some reason. But this one does, because it's a random encounter. So the fastest way to kill lesser dog, like Yisk just did, is using a stick and then one-shotting it, which saves a bit of time over just hitting it twice. We'll see Bernard hopefully do the same with the stick on another screen. Yes, that looks nice, because you can just basically one-hit Blizzard Dog like that. So here, Isa's gonna grind out an encounter. You can either get a double or a triple. Here, a double is faster, because grinding out more encounters later on is really fast. So Yisk saved time there by getting a double. And you always spare Jerry, because Jerry takes ages to kill. You only have to kill Jerry if like your kill count gets uneven in the end. That's the only time killing Jerry is worth it. Here we want to kill Dogaressa first, because otherwise Dogaressa gets really angry if you kill Dogame first, and it takes a really long time to kill Dogaressa then. But if you kill Dogaressa first, Dogame just kind of gets sad and you one-shot him. But yeah, we're not going to be grinding out and grinding until the end of Snowden, because that's the fastest place to do it. Here again, our character just skips the puzzle. So now Yisk is going to do something we call ice puzzle skip skip, because in neutral we do a cool skip to skip the ice puzzle, but here it just solved for us, so it's ice puzzle skip skip. And Yisk unsurprisingly gets it first try. Just literally just walk across. Okay, here comes the dog skip. So basically it takes 3 hits to kill this dog. And if you get a certain dog attack, you can run into it and it will skip the turn immediately. And it saves like 3 seconds for every dog skip you get. Let's see, okay, this doesn't get the first one. Let's see the second one. No dog skips for Yisk, unfortunately. This category is Genocide. Let's see. Will Bernard get some dog skips here? Because it's actually a 50-50 chance. It's just that, you know, speedrunners tend to get unlucky. A lot of the time. Let's see on Bernard's screen here now. That's a dog skip. 2 dog skips for Bernard. That means he's saving quite some time on Jisk here. It's getting closer, it's getting pretty close. They both also got a double encounter earlier, so they're about the same in RNG and Snowden right now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Bernard just saved time on Jisk now. So now on the grind, you can get singles or triples or doubles. Doubles has an ice cap and a Jerry. Ice caps die in 1 hit, and snow drakes die in 2 hits. And as you might know, once you kill more monsters, it takes longer to get a new encounter. So basically, you want to get doubles until you reach about 12 kills. And then after that, it's faster to get triples, because it takes so long to get more encounters. And we'll spare Jerry this whole time, because he takes so long to kill. Let's see, so I've seen both of them get a few triples here. But yeah, for now, the singles are going to be faster. Alright, this is getting another double, I see, and I see Bernard also finishing off a double. No, a triple. It just, you get 2 kills from a triple. Looks like neither of them are getting the best RNG right now. Yeah, Bernard just got another triple. Okay, so the reason the majority of the runners run Linux is because it has an input patch which makes mashing a lot more consistent, because basically Z and Enter are treated as 2 different keys, which makes mashing a lot more convenient, because you can get the Enter input registered while you're holding down Z. And Bernard just got another triple. So I think I haven't counted their kills, but they should be getting pretty close now. Another thing you might notice is how they try to grind as close to the room entrance as possible. This is to minimize the time it takes to start grinding for a new encounter. As you can see, now it takes very long to get another encounter. And looks like Yisk has to kill Jerry, because basically he needs 16 kills, and that ice cap was his 15th kill, so Yisk is gonna lose quite some time here to having to kill Jerry, which is pretty unfortunate, but it happens a lot. I haven't counted Bernard's kill, so I guess we'll see. Did he survive the Jerry or not? Wait, looks like Yisk is grinding more. Why did he kill the Jerry then? I'm slightly confused. Because usually you only have Jerry as your 16th kill, since you need 16 in Snowden. Okay, yeah, so that's correct. Yisk probably miscounted. And now Bernard has to kill Jerry, which takes a pretty long time, as you can see. It looks like they're gonna like almost be even now, since Yisk messed up and miscounted. I believe that would be his 16th kill. Yeah, he's gonna flee. And yeah, Yisk is now barely ahead now. So unfortunately, they both ended up killing Jerry. Yisk unfortunately miscounted. And Bernard just got unlucky. But they both had some bad luck here. But since Yisk had to wait so long for the last encounter, Bernard ended up saving some time. Yeah, for some reason, you feel like killing Jerry should be like a 50-50 chance, but almost like all runners end up having to kill Jerry. Like, I'm pretty sure the last race I watched two, both runners had to kill Jerry. And once again, Papyrus dies in one hit. And we get a pretty slow death scene with his head disappearing. It's pretty sad. It's a lot more sad when you haven't speedrun the game and seen it like a bunch of times, but now we're going to be entering a pretty interesting area of the run, which is Waterfall. It has some interesting grinding strategies, a pretty fun boss fight, and also quite some boring walking, but just the same as neutral, but with no glitches and nothing happening. It's unfortunately a tiny bit boring. But it's also like Waterfall is like pretty relaxing in general, because there's a lot of downtime where you just play the game normally, pretty much just trying to walk through the areas fast. So we're gonna actually flee from this Aaron, because basically we have a pretty bad weapon and he would take ages to kill. So it's just faster to flee and grind later. But we are gonna kill this Washra. Some people flee from this one too. But recently, a lot of people have started killing this Washra, which takes 2 turns to kill with the Tough Club. We're going to be picking up the Blaze Shoes soon, which makes killing enemies a lot more convenient. Yeah, it's faster to kill Washra. It's correct. That's why people have started doing it. Here, we just want to walk through the spear sequence as quickly as possible, pretty much. And we also want to not get hit. Let's see, okay, so yes, managed to get out without getting hit. Bernard unfortunately gets hit. Now we have this pretty long cutscene. It's a pretty good break if you like want to go get water or something. Just like how I'm drinking water now. Commentary requires a lot of water. Fun fact. And there we see Monster Kid face planting, because for some reason he runs and then he falls and face plants. Maybe it's because like he doesn't really have arms, but yeah. So here we're going to be going left to pick up the Blaze Shoes, but not before we grind out a couple Mold Smalls first, because this encounter is scripted, so we always get 2 Mold Smalls, which die in 1 shot. Oh no, Yisk messed up. So he didn't attack close enough to the attack bar, so he wasted a turn on these Mold Smalls by having to take an extra turn to kill it. And that means Bernard is in the lead. And Bernard just performed what's known as the stick drop, which is basically just a meme where you get rid of the stick because it takes up space. So I guess there's a bit of point to dropping the stick, but it's kind of a meme, and like pretty much everyone does a stick drop. It's pretty funny. So here you can get any type of encounter, but both of them actually got the Washua Aaron, which is the 3rd fastest encounter out of 4 possible encounters. So it's not amazing RNG. The best encounter is double Mold Smalls, which none of the runners managed to get, unfortunately. But Washua Iron is still okay because you can just flee after the encounter. Here, this is always a Shiren, which we also just kill. Oh, yisk, messing up the hit again. Which is unfortunately gonna cost him like 8 more seconds. I think like each turn you lose is like maybe 8 seconds or something. I know it's close to 10, but I don't think it's quite 10. Here they activate the Monster Kid cutscene, walking like close to the upper wall, because that makes it slightly faster for him to walk to you. Here we just kind of walk through, mash through his dialogue. There's not really much happening here. So here we're going to be doing spears too. We can actually manipulate these spears because the way the spears appear is that you try to calculate where you're going by calculate by using the arrow keys you're holding now. So you can just like hold, for example, if you're walking right, you can just hold down right and they'll not appear in front of you. But it looks like Bernard unfortunately gets hit. They still can be hard to dodge sometimes because you can't really always manipulate them, since you know there might be some paths that you don't want to take. Yeah, looks like the rest is going smoothly. Yeah, with perfect movement, you can 100% manipulate this section. It's a bit tricky though, especially since a lot of runners are used to the movement that you do in neutral, where you punch card, where you skip the cutscene, which makes it start at like a bit of a different time. Now we're like about to get to the interesting part of Waterfall. We're very, very close now. Just have to kill Mad Dummy, and then after that, we'll be there. So I believe Bernard might go for a thing that a lot of people call Jesus Wrist. But basically, okay, he missed it. So basically you can walk on top of the water like Jesus, but it doesn't save any time. It just looks cool. And Yisk got it! Yisk got the floaty boy. That's another swag strat that you just do to show off and literally saves no time. It's pretty funny. So here, this is Glad Dummy, which also dies in one hit. You can actually get a 2-turn Mad Dummy if you like mash the buttons too fast, but none of them made that mistake, so it's okay. Now here is where the grinding starts. The first few encounters are all scripted, and in the end we're gonna be at 18. I believe Bernard is at 7 now? No, I think he's at 6. It should be at 6 and 8 after this. If I count, I might be counting incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure. No, 9. Bernard is 9. And we're gonna be at 10 in total afterwards. They're both 9. Actually, and here, some people like fleeing from this iron while others like killing it. Bernard is going to go for the flee, which is, you know, it makes sense since Aaron takes 2 hits to kill. Okay, both of them are fleeing from Aaron actually. Which means they're both going at 10 kills. This is the last scripted encounter before it gets random. Now from here on, the next few encounters will all be random, the last ones. So we have 6 kills left to get. And there are 2 rooms to walk through where we can get encounters. So I believe Bernard is gonna kill this Aaron, because then he's gonna be at 14 kills, which means he can walk through, yeah, you can walk through the last 2 rooms, assuming he gets doubles. Because you can actually get Temmies, which screw you over, because they are single encounters. And it looks like Yisk, they're like pretty much even now, because Yisk got Washua Moldbig, which means he saved a turn, so it looks like they're entirely synced now. Oh my goodness. And they're both at 14 kills. This is actually pretty crazy. Okay, so Yisk is gonna be taking the lead here because Bernard gets another Washua Aaron, but Yisk gets Washua Moldbig. And Yisk takes the lead. So now the runners have to pray that they don't get a Temmie, because then they have to grind out one more encounter. Basically, walking through this room makes it so you don't have to grind out for an encounter because you're just walking, so you increase your step counter without having to do anything. And they both get a Washua Aaron, which is not the fastest encounter, but it's still a double, so it's okay. Oh yeah, one thing that I still haven't mentioned, I'm sorry for not mentioning it, but you might have noticed that like the runners push up against the wall for the most part when running. The reason they do this is because it's a trick called wall humping, where you can stand in one spot and still increase your step counter, which makes running a lot more convenient. So following this cutscene, we're going to be jumping into the Undyne fight. There's one very important thing in the Undyne fight, and that's the quick kill. So we want to get as many perfect hits with the blaze shoes as possible, like each individual hit, and there's 3 hits per attack. And you need to miss 12 or less to be able to get the quick kill. And quick kill saves 1 turn, and that turn in this case is 15 seconds saved. So it's a pretty big deal. So the runners are gonna have to focus a lot, and they also have to not die. But most of them are experienced enough to where they will rarely die. But yeah, so basically, if one person gets a quick kill and the other misses it, we could see the lead switching very quickly here. So I'll try to not talk too much during this fight because the music is pretty great. So I'll want you to listen to that. I can explain the attacks a little bit and such, but yeah. So yes, got 1 frame perfect hit there and missed 2. I see the bar kind of gets like an orange-ish color when you get frame perfect. As you saw on Bernard's screen, Bernard just got a completely frame perfect, a triple, where all 3 are perfect. As you might notice with the damage, basically for each frame perfect hit, you get 100 more damage, which is why they're pretty important. Two-frame window for belay shoes? Okay. I didn't know that. Well, that's a good thing to know. Another thing to note is that if you certain attacks, if you get hit by them, the attacks slow down. So you also want to try to get hit as little as possible, because it actually does save a bit of time. Let's see, I don't think that Yisk is gonna get the quick kill, judging by how many he's missed so far, unfortunately. But I think Bernard has a chance to get it. Yeah, I must say, Bear is having a very nice fight. Haven't seen that many misses, mostly frame perfect hits, or 2-frame window perfect hits. I think we might see a quick kill here. Yep, Bernard just got the quick kill, and he's gonna be taking the lead, but I'm not gonna switch to audio. Okay, and now I can switch to audio. So the music just ended. So yeah, Bernard saved like about 15 seconds over Jisk there, beginning the quick kill. would think that Bernard is a bit more experienced with the ballet shoes, since he's been running this category for a pretty long time. I believe he's third in the seating with a 106, actually. So yeah, Bear is pretty good at this category, I would say. And Yisk is doing quite well too. I believe his PB is like a 110, but he's very close to Bernard considering their difference in PBs, which is pretty impressive. So now we might see a route change here. I believe Bernard is going to go for a glitch called Early Pan, which saves some time, but it's a bit difficult, so some runners don't go for it. Let's see. Oh no, Bernard missed Early Pan. So Yisk doesn't go for Early Pan, and he's instead going to use the Empty Gun. So Bern just lost quite some time. I believe he might go and pick up the pan anyways, which does lose quite some time. So we're going to see two different weapons be used, because Yisk is gonna use the Empty Gun, and I believe Burner is using the Burnt Pan. So we're gonna see a bit different killings in core. And Yisk just unfortunately got a 2-turn Vulcan by messing up his ballet shoes hit. Okay, it looks like Bernard is going to get the pan, which means that Yisk is going to be pulling ahead. So in Hotland, we're basically gonna skip most of it by using the elevator, but we're going to get like 5 scripted kills along the way, and then the rest 35 we need to get to 40 is in core. We're going to be grinding in core. And core is very interesting because it's probably the most skill-based part of the category, but it also has quite a lot of RNG, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, here we walk through some empty Hotlands and a cooking show that we don't do. But yeah, in other races, you might see a trick called the early pan, which Bear tried to perform in the lab earlier. Which basically you basically like overflow a text box in a way, and it makes it's hard to explain, but it makes you get the burnt pan. By mashing away text boxes, you make the burnt pan text box appear, and you can get the burnt pan. And you can also you do it while interacting with the fridge, which means you get the instant noodles for free too, without any effort. And instant noodles are like they heal 90 HP, so they're really good to use in the sand fight on the break, which is where a lot of people go and heal. So here's the Muffet fight. Muffet also dies in one hit, but if you have a slightly off hit, you can still lose time. But you basically just have to like do a regular hit, and Muffet dies in one hit. And here we have a very long death scene, which is pretty sad. It's violin. It's like we could get in this sad violin here because it's like an overly long death scene. Oh, I got some interruptions from my cat. I'll mute real quick. Okay, so Yisk is now going to go to the shop here and stealing the empty gun. So Bernard is gonna be ahead going into core. So basically in core, the first few encounters are going to be scripted. Like this Astig, for example. And then we're going to get to the randomness. You can get a single magic or single night night. You can get a double encounter, which is night night magic. And you can get regular double encounters, and you can get triples. Triples are the best encounters, and the worst encounters are night night and magics, because basically you have to get 4 frame perfect hit or quad them in order to kill them in one hit. So you save a lot of time by getting quads on them, which is where the skill part comes in play in core. As you see, Yisk is using the gun. It has a bit higher damage than the pan, but it's considerably harder to use because of how fast it moves. So, and since early pan is a thing, a lot of runners use the pan, but some people still prefer using the gun. Okay, here we see, okay, yes, no, Bear manages to get the first quad, saving like almost 10 seconds over missing it. Okay, there, that one he missed, meaning that he's gonna have to wait an extra turn to get his night killed, to get his magic killed. And wow, Bear, the first random encounter he gets is a triple. That's cool, because basically your alignment to how many encounters you want to end up with at the end is going to be better if you get triples, I guess. But you can also get single encounters, which is like gonna reset the gain you got from a triple. So what you're gonna do, they're going to grind until they have like about I would say 12 or so kills left, maybe. And then they're going to go to the other side of the room, and then they're going to be grinding out an encounter in, well, the room ahead of this one that we're in right now, which is going to take us to 33 kills in total, or 28 in core. Once we're at the 33, we're going to go to the Warrior's Path, because there's a bunch of scripted encounters there that you don't have to grind out, so you basically don't have to stay standing grind for ages, which makes the ending part of core a lot faster. So it's gonna be a while until we get there, because we have to kill a lot of monsters here, and Bernard gets the single night night. Pretty much resets his progress from getting the triple. But yeah, the most important thing here is like saving as many turns as possible. Because you lose almost 10 seconds for every turn you lose. And Barrett goes for a safety save after getting low on health. Or, well, to heal up before going to Warrior's Path. I believe the tech said that he has 14 kills left. Or something. I might be entirely wrong though. Again, don't know why my cat is meowing so much. let's ignore that. Let's focus on the video game now. And it looks like Bernard unfortunately got a 2-turn Aztec, which can happen if you miss too many frame perfect hits. Because Aztec has quite some health, but you don't quite need a quad. Looks like Yisk unfortunately ended up with 3 turns to kill a Night Knight, which can happen when using the gun since it's pretty hard to use. So if you miss too many hits, that can happen. Yisk is getting really unlucky. He's gotten a ton of Night Knight magics here. So Yisk really isn't having the best luck right now. Bear has been having it a bit easier. I've only seen him get a couple Night Knight magics. But yeah, Yisk is having a hard time with the Night Knights and the magic since you require very precise hits to one-shot them, and he's using the gun. Getting quads with Pan is considerably easier since it moves slower. Okay, so Bear got another single encounter, but he's at 33 kills in Hotland in total, so he has enough to go to Warrior's Path. Looks like Yisk is a few encounters behind. Yes, as he's walking to the left now. And here there's a scripted Night Knight magic, which Bear unfortunately misses, losing him maybe, yeah, almost 10 more seconds. And now Bear is going to be heading into the very last encounter, which is always a triple. And this Whimsalot here is gonna be his 40th kill in Hotland or 35th in Core. I know some people like counting like that, and with kills only in Core, but personally I count all the kills in Hotland. It's a personal preference thing with how you count. People usually use live split, counter plugin in live split to make sure that they're counting correctly. Alright, so Yisk is getting a triple, which is pretty nice to see. He's finally getting a break after getting a tons of bad RNG. Meanwhile, Bear is heading to Marathon. And he dies, like, he literally dies in one hit no matter what you do. You can just, like, put one, and there's nothing you can do in the menu either. If you check him, use items or spare or anything, it just immediately goes to your turn again. And just one hit of any kind one-shots him. So now, Bear is soon going to be at the part everyone's been waiting for. Because everyone's just here for Sans, obviously. The spooky, scary skeleton. So we have to go through this very quiet hallway. And we're going to be in Flower Tile for like 2 minutes before we get to Sans. Which also has some pretty creepy music. It's a bit like off-putting. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a bit scary. So unlike regular Monster Tale, you can mash all Flowey's take, which makes it quite a lot faster than Monster Tale. One thing that you might notice that Yisk just did and Bear did earlier is they equipped the belly shoes, because it makes the attack animations on Sans a lot faster than using the other weapons that they've been using, because it takes less hits to finish the attack animation. And with Sans, you just want to get the attack rid of as quickly as possible. Because, well, the only way to progress the Sans fight is by fighting, but the hits don't matter. Like, the damage you do with the hits don't matter. Yisk is killing Marathon now. And the reason Yisk got this far behind is because he got bad luck in core and got a lot of night magics and failed to quad them. And you lose like an entire turn, which is almost 10 seconds every time you fail to quad a night or a magic. And since Yisk got a ton of those encounters, his time loss kind of pile up a lot. Basically, night the magics screw you over. Like, technically, you can still have a decent core with bad RNG, but you need to be really good with your quad game for that to happen. And now Bear has just threatened to murder Flowey, and now Bear is about to fight our favorite skeleton. So now the runners have spent a lot of time practicing Sans, so they're probably only going to heal at the break where Sans spares you, unless they get a really bad situation. But I think both of these runners should be enough practice to mostly make out it of the Sans fight without getting hit a lot. However, you know, it is still possible that they might make a bad mess up, because if you mess up, like, some mess ups can cost you like half your health, which is not very fun, and that can make it really hard all of a sudden. Like, Bear got hit a bit there, but it doesn't matter that much, because it's not like he wasn't inside the bones for a super long time. As you might know, you have no invisibility frames in this fight, and you take 1 damage each frame. And there's also a kind of poison effect, which is basically Sims. That's what the game describes that as. So the attack that Bear is going through right now is a bit tricky at first, but once you learn how to get through it, it's not terrible. This attack can also be a bit interesting. You need to... Usually runners will like stay at the bottom, and then they'll go up if a laser comes at the bottom. Usually the laser attacks are the ones that are the hardest to dodge, especially the one in second phase. So now Yisk is coming to challenge Sans the skeleton. So now we're having a lot of epic Sans fighting going on. So here's the break where Sans spares you. Oh, looks like Bear is going for the no heal. Since his HP didn't decrease that much during the first phase, Bear didn't feel the need to heal, so it's a bit risky to go for the no heal, but Bear decided to do it, and looks like he's doing well. This is the attack he just dodged is like probably the hardest attack of the whole fight, because those lasers, you really don't have much time to react, and they're really hard to dodge, which is where a lot of runners tend to take damage, but Bear got out of there without taking any damage, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, usually runners can do a no heal, but a lot of the time we'll do a heal if they break just to be safe. Here's a similar laser attack, but the lasers are a bit slower, so it's not as hard to dodge. Yeah, some runners that are more experienced always go for the no heal, like Snowy for example, like you said. Personally, I usually heal. I haven't run Geno for super long, so I'm not extremely comfortable with Sans, but I usually, you know, make it out alive. So that's a good step anyway. Oh, Yisk just fell down. That's unfortunate. And he accidentally threw the stick. Okay, well, let's pray for Yisk. Let's pray that Yisk doesn't die here. Now let's watch Barry go through the final attack meanwhile. And this is the final attack with lasers. You just kind of want to circle. Oh no! Barry got hit. Okay. That was really close. Barry got hit by lasers at the end, which causes HP to like skyrocket down. But luckily the sense effect takes a while to take an effect, so it didn't really matter that much, but it was a good recovery from Barry. Now we're going to spend about 4 minutes monologuing with Sans, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Or maybe it's like more like 3.5. I think it's like 3.5 minutes of monologuing with Sans. Sans almost ended Bernard's Wings of Terror, yes. Let's see Yisk survive through the first phase now. Okay, there we go. Oh no, does Yisk not have any healing items? Oh, okay, Yisk is going for the troll ending, because he realized he didn't have any healing items. Okay, that's hilarious. Oh my god, Yisk. Yisk just got dunked on. So is Yisk forfeiting? Or is he gonna finish? Okay, so Yisk forfeited. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, he got far. But it was a good effort by Yisk. Unfortunately, he got dunked on by Sans this time, but hopefully next time he will not die. As you can see, speedrunners aren't perfect either. Sometimes there's an attack that makes us take like half our health and makes things a lot more difficult. So now we have to wait for Sans to fall asleep. And we have to be careful here, because if we start moving too early, he's gonna wake up, and we have to wait for his entire falling asleep animation again. But now we're going to move towards the fight button. And there, did you really think you could dead? So now what's left is we're gonna see Sans dying and going to grill bees with Papyrus, which is pretty sad. And after that, we're gonna spend like 3 minutes murdering Ascor, murdering Flowey, and monologuing with Chara. And there's the sad line that made everyone a bit sad inside and regretting their Geno run. I mean, I don't think there would be anything if you went back to Grill Bees, to be honest. So now we're entering Ascor's throne room. Looks like Barra is going to be getting either a 107 or a 108, I believe. And 99999. So now we don't have to touch anything. Like, the game does everything for us, like with killing Asgore and that. The only thing we have to do is pressing the Enter or Z to close the final text box when we kill Flowey. And Flowey tries to beg for mercy, but he gets no mercy, and we brutally murder him. And now Chara appears. And we get our ears killed by this song. Or song, if you could call it that. I mean, that's been like a minute talking to them. And then the run's over once we make a decision to erase the world or to not erase the world. Because that's definitely an option. So Bear is going to be ending up with a low 108, which is a pretty good race time. So good job, Bear, and good job, Yisk, for trying hard. Unfortunately, he died to Sans, but he was doing well for a lot of the run. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his attempt. I'm sure he'll finish next time. Okay, and it's done. A 108.07 for Bear. No, I believe... Oh, I can move Bear and Yisk into the channel. Well, I'll go ahead and do that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so... Bear, how did you feel about the race?
I felt my ruins. If I'd taken the 13th kill instead of trying to go for normal 12 strats, I would have cleared it a lot faster, but that's the risk I take. Getting the single mold first kind of sucked, but I mean, it is what it is. It's RNG for you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I lost as little time as I did between my Papyrus split, considering I felt I was getting average encounter rates. Early pan is a terrible skip, and no one should ever attempt it because it's literally bad.
Fact.
Yeah, and
oh, sorry.
none of you got the early pan.
Oh wow.
Yes,
I mean,
doesn't go for it.
I felt like I pressed my keys at the same time. So that's probably why I didn't get it, because I felt like I was a bit too fast. Because obviously, I was trying to keep tabs on the race when I could, and seeing how close it was, I was like, oh, I need to get early pan to try and pull forward, and obviously nerves. But for some reason, my core was actually good, even though I didn't really do all that well. Like, I saved like 37 seconds of my core.
Yeah, speaking of core,
Yeah, your core was very. You had a very nice core, which made you close off with a decent run in the end. That's cool.
Well, the funny thing is though, is when I was on 32 and I got that single magic, I was thinking, this is not going to end well, and boom, quad.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
So yisk, your turn
Hi.
to talk. What?
I can talk. Yeah.
What do you feel? How do you feel about the run?
I mean, from start to finish, it was terrible. I missed the first kill on the. I missed the kill on the first frog hit.
I mean,
But
you-
and I ended up saving time that split because I got like 11 Wimsons out of 13.
Oh damn, nice.
Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy.
And I
you were
got 2
actually,
triple votes and 1 frog Wim, which was pretty decent.
Oh, that's good.
You were actually ahead until online. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like that was pretty alright. Then we entered Snowden and I messed up kills like immediately.
Yeah.
And
so-
I reset my counter at like I think I reset it at like 13. And I got a double and I killed Jerry.
Oh no.
So I had to grind
yeah, I
it 15.
remember that. And
So wait, we both got Jerry kills.
Yeah.
yeah,
but mine was
we both got
unnecessary.
their kills.
So that's what? That's 3 races with 3 sets of Jerry kills. What is this like? Is this
Yeah, but
being run by Jerry?
I
It's
wasn't
written.
supposed to get the Jerry kill. I didn't
Hey.
have to.
Because what was your last encounter? Was that like a? Was
It
your
was a
last
double.
encounter?
It was
Ah.
a triple. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
didn't
so
have to.
you wouldn't have had to kill Jerry.
Yeah. Then
It's-
I mean I was a minute ahead entering core of my PB, that is.
Oh wow.
And then I got how many night magic encounters? Like 7
get
or
a
8.
ton.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I saw you got terrible RNG in core.
And I can't hit quads for like the life of me.
No, especially with the gun, it's very hard to hit the
The
quads.
gun is easy to hit quads with. I'm just bad.
Yeah, I mean, getting that many night magics though, it does come down to like hitting those quads, and I mean, I got lucky with a lot of mine because I was thinking, like, I was
You only
practicing
got a
earlier. Because I was practicing earlier, and I decided to go for the hat as a backup strat, and obviously, apart from night magics, I was hitting all my kills. I whiffed 2 astigmatisms in that run without getting hat. I'm sad.
Yep. The reason I got dunked on is because I decided that I'm not gonna know it phase 2, and I've got no items, so I'll just meme because I'm gonna lose either way.
Yeah, that was pretty great. So, how do you two feel about the online fight?
Getting quick kill and still losing time is surprising, considering. But then again, I did get like 3 Wash Your Aaron encounters at the end of Waterfall, so probably not a surprise there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
You
getting
had a
quick
very
kill.
clean online. It was a nice quick kill.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get it because I was counting and I was at 29 on that last turn, and it was like, oh, wait, I still got it? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw we were still basically neck and neck, and it's just like, did Yisk get quick kill as well, or was he just that far ahead before going into Undertale?
No. I almost got 2 additional turns.
Oh no.
It was basically perfect. Like the perfect amount of damage to kill Undyne. And I didn't even get quick kill.
Well, good thing you didn't lose 15 more seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Man,
lost
you
1.5
closed it out.
minutes in core. And I died to Sans.
Yeah, that was
Pretty
unfortunate.
good run.
Yeah. GG
Yeah.
though, unfortunate about core and
GG.
that.
You know,
That
I
was
mean-
fun though.
Oh,
I was pretty
definitely.
impressed by
I mean,
how,
it was
close
basic.
it was.
Yeah, it was
for
almost
most
neck and neck up to the start of core, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very cool. So thank you both for coming in and racing. It's
No worries.
Oh yeah.
nice
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of races happening tomorrow that you don't want to miss. So I'll go and open up the schedule because there's a ton of races happening tomorrow.
Where's the
Let's
race
see.
happening later today?
Yeah, I think.
Tonight,
There's,
I'd say.
yeah, there's one in like 5 hours or 4.5 hours now. I think between Mr. Link and Duke Firebird.
Yeah, let's see. I just need to find the schedule. Here it is. Okay, so yep, tonight at 6 p.m. EST, we have Mr. Link versus Firebird. And then tomorrow, on Friday, we have 4 matches, I believe. We have Silver versus Wizard Vapes at 4 p.m. EST. At 6 p.m., we have Enhar versus Radu. And at 7 p.m., we have 2 matches, both Lori versus Yisk. So Yisk gonna be appearing again tomorrow. And we have Samuel versus Mr. Link again. So there's a lot of action happening tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Definitely a lot of interesting matches, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of excitement coming up.
I am
excited
excited.
to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Honestly, it felt kind of good to get the first race out of the way, because obviously first race nerves and all that, especially in the group stage.
Especially when
I'm
you
going-
won the first one.
Well, I mean, it's considering the nature of the category, it's like you're kind of in a situation where you want to get that first win, because then I don't know. I guess it feels like it takes the
Yeah.
pressure off a little bit, but then
Yeah,
At the
you
same
can actually afford a loss now.
well,
I actually have to delay my first race until Monday because of
rip.
IRL stuff. That's gonna be a bit tough.
I guess I'm probably going to get ready to head out now.
Same.
Thanks again for having us at Speed Gaming. GG, Yisk, and good luck on the next race.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck everyone.
Also, Stick, thanks for the encouragement when I died to Sans. That was very nice of you. Very kind.
No problem. Well, a pleasure to encourage you.
I'm not 100% sure if it's gone through or not, but I think I did sign up for commentary for the next race, so hopefully I'll see you guys all at 6 p.m. Otherwise, yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys around sometime.
Yeah, I think
Later.
we're pretty much done. So say goodbye to chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
I'll miss you.
Same.
Please come back.